Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Cypher Slacker, and I have got a video for you. So, I have been thinking about elemental heroes, and I can't kind of get this off my mind of different things that Konami could do. So, what I have in front of you is kind of how we can slim down the pure Neos deck, um, which I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna pull up the my pure Neos deck right here, and it's this. So we can slim really a lot of this down and cut a lot of the fat and like cards like Prisma and the extra Neospatians and even Shadow Mist and Stratos. And yeah, I know, right? I'm saying to cut those just for more modern things that work better with Neos himself. So I mean, I think the goal of the deck for Konami should be how can we kind of play around Neos, okay, and then make good support while not letting Cosmo Neos become this abusable monster, kind of like King Calamity. So if we look at Cosmo Neos, it has the effect on summon. You can't respond to it. Your opponent, oh, you can respond to it, but your opponent can't respond to it, um, nullifying their entire board. So you can't activate cards on the field, meaning monsters, spells, or traps. You can activate things in your hand and you can activate things in the graveyard, but you basically cannot activate anything on your board. So it's like a pseudo like heat wave or cold wave. So I honestly think that this monster right here presents us with a horrible future. We at current time do not have hope for the future. Yes, the card, and I mean Pure Neos as a deck, simply because this card exists. So it's okay. I'm retraining some things, and we're going to enter a hypothetical universe where I work at Konami and I'm about to create some cool shit. So, first off, on the next ban list near whenever we get these cards, this gets banned preemptively right out right out the gate. So, Cosmo Neos gets banned and we get new cards. So, in order, I think, for this to actually happen, we need to get a wave of only 5. And I know you're probably thinking, that's it? 5? To fix this deck, we need 5? Yes. So, what I have in front of you are some options. So, we have the option to the right, which is going to be retraining the original 5 elemental heroes, with no new spells, no new extra deck, because if they give us 5 good cards, that's really all we need. That's it. That's all we need is 5 good cards. So if they gave us, Avion, Vercinatrix, Clayman, Sparkman, and Bubbleman completely retrained, I think that's all we need, because I mean we have, as long as those effects would include something like on normal summon or special summon, search, EN, engage. Okay. And then maybe one of these give us access to a Neospatian to then, make this a little bit better. One of these effects can maybe help set an elemental hero trap from deck. I think that would also help. But that kind of leads me to like they're retraining fusions. Okay. Arguably, I feel like Flame Wingman and Thunder Giant are more iconic than the OG feud. Like I mean, or maybe they're on the same level of popularity or whatever. But so that's option one. Option one is we get 5 reprints of the original Elemental Heroes that you know do things to facilitate a decent end board. Okay. Um, and also too, we need to see Cosmo Neos get banned, because I genuinely think that's the only way that they're going to give good support to this deck. Um, Option two is 5 cards, and I'm gonna kind of explain what they are. I've come up with effects, and I'm gonna make a separate video, kind of just detailing that. But I think the first card, I think Clay Guardian needs to come out, and it needs to be something to the effect of um, either tribute a normal summoned elemental hero monster, and then add either something like EN Engage or add Soul Union, which I could see this fusion doing something like just straight up, adding Soul Union, or add like what's the other one? That's 5 freedoms. So this is the actual card. I could see them creating something like that, like tribute a normal summon elemental hero monster, and then, or I could even see them doing something like if they decide not to retrain these. Okay, I lied. I'm going to add a third option. So they decide not to retrain these, but they decide to give us this card. Okay, if they give us something like Clay Guardian that says tribute a normal elemental hero a normal level 3 or lower elemental hero monster to special summon him out, kind of like oh, what's that card? The Dark Magician of Destruction. Okay, and then we can add anything that mentions an elemental hero monster. So like engage, we could add Soul Union, we could add 5 freedoms, we could add favorite contact, just as like another layer to the deck. I think that would be really cool. So something like that would be awesome. They could also retrain the elemental heroes into like the group picture card. So like similar to how we got Wake Up, because I mean Wake Up, honestly, it feels like a couple different cards combined into one. It feels like a Shining Neos or Shining Flare Wingman retrain, which even though that's kind of what this is. But Wake Up kind of felt like it too, in my opinion. I think it kind of felt like a Wild Edge retrain as well. But I think we do the group picture card and then just kind of give it, normal summon add. Like that. That is the most quintessential thing that we need to have is just normal summon something, and add something to our hand that's not an elemental hero monster. Like that is kind of like this card too, Stratos. I don't want to say it's holding us back, but I feel like it's kind of holding Pure Neos back from getting genuinely good support. I mean, the last time that this deck got support, like specifically Pure Neos, specifically like Neospatians, I think was 2022. So 3 years ago, I think was Power of the Elements. Um, and like another option for normal summon would be, or even just an extender, a Neos Alias plus Hero Kid retrain. I think would be dope. And the polymerizations here because I'm in the retrain. I'm combining these two. Necro Shade and Gardna, Necro Gardna combined into one, and then you can make it like a circular that Mills special summons himself, and then you could banish him to protect. I think would be dope. So that's what one, one, two, three, four, and then for our fifth card, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, Actually, you know what? I genuinely think that if we get something like Clay Guardian, we wouldn't get like in order for us to get something like this, they have to completely say you're not getting retrained with these. Like if we're gonna get like a Clay Guardian where you could just tribute an elemental hero like normal monster and special about, that basically means that we're never gonna get retrained with these. So, but that's if they take that route. Fifth Hope, or not Fifth, like the elemental hero group picture card, I think would only come if we didn't get something like Neos Alias retrain or like a Hero Kid retrain. So like a lot of these are either or, and whenever I make my other video for like the actual retrains I'm coming up with, like with the effects on screen and stuff, it'll be a little bit more clear. This is just kind of like um my genuine thoughts on like what we should do with this deck. So like I think 5 cards of support would be good. So like I said, it's gonna be Clay Guardian or the Elemental Heroes, and then you have like Neos Alias plus Hero Kid retrain, Necro Shade plus Necro Gardener retrain, and then that gets us to the last card, which is either going to be one or one of the two, not both. So we're either going to get a retrain of Divine Neos that can be summoned um, easily and have like boss monster stats, or we're going to get Hope for the Future. So I have a feeling we're going to get either or. I don't foresee us getting both. Um, but I could see them, give us like a big boss monster that can be summoned out with Miracle Fusion. Okay, so let me kind of bring this down. So I'm gonna break it down. This is kind of what I want to. This is like what I foresee our end board looking like. So we're gonna be like a mid range, go first, and kind of do things similar to Cosmo Neos, where we're not gonna negate or stop our opponent from playing. But we're going to set up a pretty big board. So we're going to go Miracle Fusion to get into the new Divine Neos, which is going to be unaffected by card effects, huge attack, and then I think it should be treated as every attribute. So you get this out, okay? Well, then you can get into Shining Neos Wingman via the favorite contact. So now we have two big boss monsters that are going to be hard for our opponent to run over. It's going to be hard to really Dark Ruler no more this board because we have an unaffected monster and then we have face downs. So our opponent is going to have to commit. So that means they can't use things like Lightning Storm. They can't use things like Super Poly to fuse us away because it's unaffected. They can't Lava Golem us because we're only going to have the Divine Neos on board. They can't Sphere Mode us, so that means they're going to, once they commit to their normal summon, then we can go for something like Shining Neos Wingman, and then we really, we don't have to worry about a lot of threats after that. Okay, but then we still have the Soul Union in play. So the future of this needs to be these three cards. Miracle Fusion to get to this. Favorite Contact to get to this. And then our Soul Union, if our opponent is still able to pop off after we just, pop for 6 off the Shining Neos Wingman because our Divine Neos is going to be treated as every attribute, then we have this last card, the last hope, Elemental Hero, Thunder Giant, Voltic Thunder, to come out, destroy all cards on field. Well, here's the thing with that. We're not going to destroy our own because he can't be destroyed by card effects, and he's unaffected. So I genuinely think that this could be the future of Pure Neos. Just being a set up a big boss monster and then just pop everything. Just kind of hit your opponent into submission. Very similar to, honestly, I think this would be very similar to the Raid Raptor playstyle. Get out a big beat stick, pop stuff, nuke the board not once but twice, and then next turn OTK. Guys, tell me what you think. Slifer Slacker out.